So I really liked how the last week's video went, so I'm going to do it again. This is a weekly wrap-up of all the books I have read this week. I say all, I've read one book and I've started another one, but it's been some pretty good reading, to be fair. Like, the book I've actually managed to finish this week is an all-time classic. People love it left, right and centre, and it's safe to say I also loved it. It probably has one of the saddest scenes I've read in quite some time in there, and the book I'm currently reading is a Behemoth, so you probably already know what I'm reading. So let's get into this. So I managed to finish The Book Thief. This book has been on my TBR for some time. I've heard everyone say how amazing it is, how sad it is. It will definitely make me cry. And it's sad to say I didn't cry. I was close. There was a scene in this, like the last, like there was 10 pages of just immense writing that just made you want to like almost cry. Just the sadness, the way the story ends, the whole journey as you go through the book is actually really good, and I really did enjoy that. I personally think some of the best part of this book has got to be the narrator and being able to follow this story through Death himself. Fantastic. I really enjoyed that. I really like seeing his little inputs, his little like translations, or what it was actually meaning, or some other like some little hints into his story. I really enjoyed that. And I think he did a great job in bringing up the whole story together, just with these like little bits he added into the book himself, and the little like he sort of spoiled it for us at the end. It would like, this is the last time they'll see him, or like, you get like bits of the future, made you like, oh, so this actually just happened, but it makes you want to read more to find out how it happens and be able to enjoy this story that much more, which I really enjoyed. For me, this is probably one of the better books I've read this year, and I do regret a little bit that it took me so long to get to it. I rate it 4.5. I think it's fantastic, and I think if you have not yet got to it, like, I don't want to spoil much else of this because it's kind of it's one of the books you have to go in knowing nothing really about. Otherwise, the effectiveness of everything just kind of disappears a little bit. I'm kind of glad that I did miss like a lot of the spoilers and a lot of the reviews and stuff that about this book. But if you're thinking, do I actually want to get into this? You do. You really do. No matter what sort of genre you're into, this will be perfect for you, as it was for me. The book that I'm currently reading is Oathbringer. I finally decided I'm on 81 books this year. I've hit my target. Let's go for it. Let's go for the big boy. And well, instantly, it feels different from the first two by the fact that we have no world building. We just know obviously what's happened in the first two books. We're just getting straight into it. We feel like we've just finished the second book and it's just jump straight into third, which obviously has happened. But it's more a case like there's no world building, there's no this new character, there's this or that. It's just these characters are trying to do something here, and it feels more fast paced. Like I feel like I'm already reading this a lot faster than I read the first two. I'm on page 187 after 2 days, and I'm loving it. And I just want to read so much more. Don't get me wrong, it's really uncomfortable to read a book of this size, so I've got it on my Kindle. Um, but it says it's going to take me another 18 hours to read it on there, which not too bad considering the size, which I will take. But it's so good to be back into this story. The characters are great. I just want to know more about all these powers that they've now got, how they're all going to be able to solve the politics in this world, to be able to make sure that they can save the world, which is, I don't know why, but this really is a slow burn fantasy. Don't get me wrong. No, I'm not talking about slow burn in a romance sense. I'm talking about the fact that it's a slow written story that you just read about like everybody's daily lives. You don't just get skips of like a few days or a few months to be able to get to the next part of the story. No, you are going to live the way these people are living through this story, and that to me makes it that much better because it means you get to know the characters more. You get to know how the whole journey is going to be. You get to know all the little like the flaws and the flaws of each character and that sort of thing, which I'm really enjoying. I hate romance, but the very small amount that you get in these books have been done so well that makes you like root for these characters to be together at the end. Don't get me wrong, I don't know anything about how this book ends, but I also have a feeling that these romances probably aren't going to be there on the last book. I'm not going to lie. It just feels like something bad's going to happen because Brandon Sanderson does have that sort of writing style where you get attached to a character. He might not be surviving to the end. That's all I know from what I understand, like, from what I've been seeing online. And I don't know why, but I would happily read books this size every single time if they were written like this. I always feel like when I'm reading a book that is 1,400 pages, that I could just read 3 books and just have a bit more. I could read more books in the world, that sort of thing. But when they're written like this, it just makes you want to read more books of this size because it makes you want to see what else is out there. What else these people are able to write and stuff like that, which I really do enjoy. One thing I do want to say about this world right now is I want to know more about Spreens. I want to know more about these little creatures. Are they gods? Are they just little creatures? What makes them who they are? Where the fuck do they actually come from? And I am enjoying that we're getting like little bits of hints from that from Slee. So yeah, can't wait to see what else is going to be brought into this. And I'm hoping it's going to be a 5 star. I've yet to do 5 stars for Brandon Sanderson. It's always been 4.75. But the way this is going so far, with the fact that it's jumped straight into this story and the way everything is, I can feel this being a 4 point. No, I can feel this being a 5 star. So yes, I do feel like this will be the only book I'll be reading next week. So I don't know if I'll be doing a weekly reading update, or I might, because I just want to talk more about this book. But yeah, let me know what you've been reading this week in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.